All right, everybody. Welcome to
What?
Frightmare HQ. Oh.
Hi, Lloyd.
He's poking me. It's Charles and Lloyd with Frightmare HQ. We have a special guest on the show today.
Santa Claus.
Right over to
Yay.
our right, it's the Santa Claus man.
Yeah.
He's
What's
so
up, dudes? How
special.
are y'all doing?
Good. What are you up to, Garrett Hargrove?
I'm just here hanging out with you guys talking and background's left over from the last Christmas Zoom I did, but it's just so much fun. We can't turn that off.
I
Can't
love
turn
it.
that off.
I love Arnold Schwarzenegger kicking Santa Claus ass.
I've been looking for a Turbo Man for 23 years, and I still haven't found one. So
These damn things always sell out.
seriously,
Yeah. So what have you been up to, Garrett? Just for those that the uninitiated, Garrett Hargrove is a Texas filmmaker. You're down in Houston, right? I got that
Austin.
right.
Austin.
You're in Austin. Okay.
Well, it
Yes.
kind of sounds like 10.
I don't know
Houston,
why
Austin.
I thought you were in Houston.
It all ends with 10, so it's all the same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do a lot of stuff with the Houston guys a whole bunch with Jeremy and Larry and Chuck and those dudes. So I end up doing a lot with those guys.
Nice.
So what you're saying is because you're in Austin, you're definitely a better filmmaker than those Houston
No, not-
guys.
That's what he said before we started
what
the
he
show.
said
Getting in
before we
trouble in
started the
first
show.
minute, Lloyd.
That's what Garrett was telling us.
Yeah, he was like, "Don't tell anybody, but I'm so much better because I'm based in Austin." And I was like, "Damn." He was like, "Yep."
Well, that's implied. It doesn't need to be said. No.
We made him change his shirt because his shirt said, "I'm from Austin. I'm better than you." And I was like, "Geez, take
Yeah.
your shirt off, dude."
Yeah. So I got
Offensive.
several things wrong when I introduced you. I said that the movie Axe Murdering with Hackley is on Amazon Prime.
It was. Yeah.
It was. It's on Tubi right now.
Yeah. Our distributor keeps platform hopping, so it's like they didn't even tell us. And like one day it's on Amazon Prime. So we actually got an email from somebody. It's like, "Hey, I saw your movie's on Amazon Prime. You want to trade reviews?" Like, this is news to us. And so it was on Amazon Prime one day, and then just one day it was not on there. It's like, okay, I guess it's gone now. And then every once in a while, just Google search for it, see if anything pops up, and it's on Tubi now. Okay, so that's what we're
Like
doing
an Easter
now,
egg hunt. It's like an Easter egg
yeah.
hunt.
From what I've heard about Tubi, though, is it's really good to indie filmmakers. Like they do a lot better on Tubi than they do on Amazon. That's what I've heard. I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's going through our distributor, so we don't get to see any metrics or anything like that. So hope so.
Well, Tubi's been kind of a big thing the last year or so. I mean, they've really been hitting it hard. I know a lot of people really praise Tubi for what they offer. So
we
it's pretty
do.
cool.
We
Yeah.
praise them a lot here.
I praise them a lot because
Tubi has a lot of cool content.
We're running across a lot of movies that's only on Tubi. Like, well, it's on Tubi,
Yeah.
so go for it.
Yeah, and they're doing like national commercials too for Tubi. Like we'll be watching football and Tubi will come on. My son's watching with me. He's like, "Hey, Tubi," and he knows he's in the movie. My son's at the end of the movie. He's like, "I'm on Tubi," and so yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's awesome.
So, besides, let's cover this first. Besides being a filmmaker, a horror filmmaker in particular, you are also a longtime attendee of Texas Frightmare Weekend. That's how I got to know you.
Yes.
And this is you at the costume contest.
That's
What year
awesome.
was that?
Yes. Oh gosh, don't make me remember the year. That was 4 years ago or so, and I just spent months building out this TV, and I used 2x4s and real wood in there and built it all out, and my shoulders still hurt from carrying that around for all weekend. But yeah, I won the costume contest that year, and that was it was the year when there was a whole bunch of Nightmare on Elm Street people, including what's her name? It's Sudro, who's in the TV. So I got a picture of her standing next to me, really awkwardly looking at my costume, and so that's
She was probably like, "What is going on here?"
Lloyd,
Yeah,
is this you in the
actually,
wig
so
below him? Is that you?
That's me in the wig.
I thought it
Yeah.
was you. It
Yeah.
kind of looked like you.
I walked around. He carried me around all weekend.
It looks like Saturday night
Yeah.
with Lloyd. So
anytime you can do the tag team costumes like that, you've got to. So
And you won the contest that year, did
I did. Yeah.
who's
that's
gonna beat
awesome.
him? Look at this.
Huh?
So who's gonna beat him? Look
I
at
know.
this.
It's
People
amazing.
should have just gave up and been like, "Well, fine. Don't make it a contest. We're out."
I always love that, when people like you get super creative with the costume
Yeah.
contest. We've
I love a costume contest.
we've had some amazing contests or costumes
Yeah.
over the years. Last year, somebody cosplayed our T-shirt.
I remember that. That was awesome. She was awesome.
Yeah, the T-shirt. She dressed up in it. She made a little ticket. That's the one that Petitas drew, and it's got the girl in the front holding the ticket to Texas Frightmare. She did
yes,
that.
I remember that. I saw that one. Yeah,
I saw her walking around, and I was like, "Great! I'm finally having a stroke." I'm like, "It's finally happening. I'll finally hit the breakdown point." Like, oh, great.
Oh boy. So let's move on. What do you want to talk about first? Because you have a lot of great stuff.
I know.
And I mentioned before we came on, I love your sense of comedy. It's always just killed me. You know, everything you post, and
he gives Lloyd the giggles, guys. That's what Lloyd told me. He gets a case of the giggles.
And it's true. You do a lot more writing than you do directing or even producing. That's kind of your forte, right?
It is. Yeah. Actually, I wrote for National Lampoon for 4 years, from 2008 to 2012, just doing blogs for them, doing like celebrity and sports blogs and stuff like that. And but yeah, I've done a lot of comedy and horror stuff, and I really like merging the two a lot. So got like several unproduced horror comedy features, and I actually not sure where we want to get into, but some Hackley stuff actually came from a couple different horror comedy shorts that I like put together and wove plot through. And so,
well, let's start there, because I'm a big fan of Hackley.
Yeah,
was originally called Fun with Hackley, and now if you're looking for it, like we said on Tubi, it's called Axe Murdering with Hackley.
Yep.
Right. So.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, they rebranded it to put it like top of the list alphabetically, and so I don't have a problem with the name. We went through like several names. They were like, all right, just gotta start with an A, and so we went for like weeks trying to figure out something that started with an A before we came up with that. And I don't think it's too horrible a deviation from what we originally had.
It's still a good title. I think it still fits really well.
It still is. Let's go ahead and play the trailer to Fun with Hackley. And let people kind of check that out. This is the kind of comedy that Garrett writes. And you said you wrote for National Lampoon for a while, so that totally makes sense. All right, here's a trailer.
Ooh.
Since 1980.
Uh-oh. It's happening, guys.
About the grave. This is not going to end well for her.
He's not going to give her a hug? I thought he was going to give her a hug. Welcome. Nice perspective shot.
He killed all my friends.
Yeah, I wanted to mimic the old like Halloween shot, the kid's mask or whatever coming and finding the knife.
Yeah.
Right.
Great Michelle Ellen Jones. She's amazing.
So far, this is a very serious trailer.
Very serious, but...
Yeah, I really want to do a big build-up of like selling it, like here's a real thing. It's like, all right, now we got him today.
I love these type of black comedy horror films. They're just so fantastic.
They just like casually dragging a body through the office.
Yeah, that was actually me dragging the director across there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So the guy that plays Hackley, that's actually his last name in real life.
Yeah, it was actually, so whenever I was, so the origin of Hackley is, I originally had a short film, 8 minutes or so, called Scared to Death, and it's a portion at the end of the movie where Hackley goes in and he's going to kill somebody, but they die of a heart attack, and he's trying to figure out what to do about it, since he wants credit for the kill. And so originally I had a little short film like that, and the character was actually called Hyde back then. And then I had another short film that was basically the opening of this film, where there's a serial killer walking, and as long as they're backing up slowly, he never gains ground on him. So they just keep like leading him around for like 13 hours, and he just gets annoyed with them. And so I originally had these 2 shorts, and the character was Hyde for him, and then we were going to do a web series and turn into a bunch of different things. But I saw a narrative flow there, and we were able to end up making a screenplay from it. And it was still a character called Hyde, but then my buddy Alan Hackley, who actually worked with, he was actually a software developer that I worked with. And whenever I was making my other film, Cherry Bomb, we were looking for a big bulking hitman, and I kept thinking, wow, he'd be great, but it's a film about like a stripper getting raped and taking revenge. I don't think I can talk about that at work, and so I never brought it up to him. Then he left the company, and then I was like, hey, now that you're not working, would you be interested in auditioning for this film? And he came through and did like a great audition and ended up being our hitman in Cherry Bomb. And it turned out he's a really fun actor. And after getting to know him from that, we rewrote the character to match his sensibilities and his talents, renamed the character Hackley, because that's just, I think it's a great serial killer name.
Yeah.
And rest kind of went from there.
I think most companies should be open on hooker rape. You know, that should be like in the interview process.
So.
What's your opinion on hooker rape on this? That
should be an interview question.
Yeah.
So where did the idea for fun with Hackley or axe murdering with Hackley come from?
I primarily came out of like merging these two loves, like Office Space and The Office type comedy, and a history of things like Friday the 13th and Halloween and all kind of cliches that come out of them, and a lot of things that don't make sense in like the older movies, like why is he going after non-virgins, why is he never run when they're looking at, why are they doing this stuff, and it's like turning those into, okay, those are dumb corporate rules that he's trying to overcome in order to do his job. And yeah, the idea is that they're like a small division of like a bigger company, and so they're the old school serial killers division of this company called Revelation Killing Solutions, which is just a company for serial killers. And there's other different divisions like a poltergeist division and creepy clown division and all this stuff. And so this division is kind of stuck in the 80s and not really adapting to how people are handling serial killers these days. And
they're not adapting to change, which is corporate policy 101.
Yes,
Adapt
right.
to change.
That's right. So let's see. You've got Alan Hackley plays Hackley.
Michelle Ellen Jones is Danielle.
Michelle Ellen Jones, you were talking about. Tell us more about
amazing.
her.
Yeah, Michelle's great in that.
Yeah, she's good in everything. I came across her through some of her work with like Wayne Slayton and Jeremy Summerall, and she was working with a whole bunch of dudes down in Houston, and we were looking for this girl who's kind of like the ideal like final girl, pretty, smart, articulate. And we originally just had her like a couple little scenes in there, and then we were calling her up from Houston, and we ended up the day before she got there writing a couple other scenes to get her more screen time and get her more lines and stuff. And so she got there and we handed her like 2 other pages, like, can you learn this right away? And she came through and like one read through and nailed everything. And she's just amazing. And she's just insanely talented woman too. She's like horseback riding and competitive ballroom dancing. And I think she's working on her master's or PhD right now too. And she's a remarkable person.
She's a machine. Good Lord.
She is.
She's a great actress. I've seen a few stuff she's been in, and I always thought she was a great actress. So hoping to see more from her as we go through.
Yeah, well, she did conjoined with Joe Grassafi and Creeper Barlow, and she was so funny in that role. I think she's just a remarkable talent, and she can really handle the dramatic stuff, comedy stuff. I think she's really impressive actress.
Yeah, she was in Pickaxe as well.
Yeah.
We talked to Jeremy Summerall last week.
Yeah, I mean, true. She's good in that too.
Yeah, she had that opening death scene where she's basically resurrecting Alex Black there, and so
Conjoined's great too, though. I mean,
Conjoined is great.
So funny,
so
brilliant.
You're working on that too, right?
Yeah, I've been writing the script for Conjoined 2 with Joe, which he told me I could say is in development right now. And it's
nice.
The way he came up with I don't know how much I want to get into it first Conjoined, but obviously it ends with the girls separated. And so we found a really clever way to bring everybody back together. And I think it's going to be a whole lot of fun. I think we're about done with the second draft. So we've had a few drafts go through and people are really excited to get back in on it. And I think they've got just about the whole cast back on board for it.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome. So you're writing. That's what you're doing on this? Okay.
Yeah. I think.
Yeah. So how's your writing style? Are you more where the entire story's already in your head, or are you one of those that kind of write it as you go along, like the story develops as you go along more? I've both.
I've got to see the whole thing. I've got to map it out. I'll start off with like jotting down ideas, then putting them into detailed list, and then expanding on each of those. So by the time when I'm actually writing out the script, I can see the whole thing. I'm playing the whole movie in my head, and it's basically just transcribing what I'm seeing in my head. And so by the time I get to the point where actually writing, it comes out pretty quick because we've already whittled down all the details and kind of seen the movements of all the characters and hear where they're going and hear their voices. And
that's cool. Let's talk about Laserdisc, because
I really want to talk about Laserdisc. I got to get to Laserdisc. This is probably one of my favorite projects of yours.
I love this.
Laserdisc is let's call it a parody of the VHS series of films put out by Magnet. Yeah. And
I loved those films. Those films are a lot of fun, and we tried to do, like, we took their original trailer and tried to do a kind of beat by beat parody of it, and so
let's go ahead and play that.
Yeah, let's play that.
Everybody watch how this opens up. It even has a Magnets lace logo at the beginning. All right, here we go. Let's just go ahead and Magnets.
I think this is it.
From guys who watched VHS.
I'm with you when you talked about it being beat for beat, because I love the way this trailer unfolds. I'm like, yep.
It's blood.
Yeah.
My favorite part is how the Laserdisc, you guys didn't put too much into the design of that. It's just like, look at this.
Look at this.
Yeah, no, it's an old record. We got some blood and just smeared it on there.
Do not
red
watch.
paint to make it look like some haunted Laserdisc there. I think it was.
Yeah.
I had to go through a different. I found like a plain white record cover in like half price books, and then found a Laserdisc in the same store. Together, it was like falling apart too. We had to keep like taping it and stuff.
Very underappreciated film.
Yeah, but that's my buddy Trey and his wife, and he's El Matador and Hackley, and he's my producing partner, and he's done a bunch of directing stuff, and I directed Laserdisc, and he did all the editing, put it together, and all the little chyrons and stuff, and tremendously talented dude. And so, and we actually, I know him from high school. We played football together in high school, and then we kind of fell apart after high school because we didn't have social media and stuff. Then hooked up around like 2006 or so. I was like, hey, we live right around the corner from each other, and see you like movies. You want to start making movies? And it just kind of fell together then.
Yeah.
I want a sequel to this called Beta Tape. That's what I want.
Beta tape.
A bunch of people trying to put a beta tape in a VCR, which I've seen. Why won't it play? What's happening?
Yeah, that's kind of where the idea came from. It's like these haunted VHS. Like, I wouldn't even know where to go to get a VHS player. I guess
come see Lloyd.
Easier to find, but I wouldn't one step further. And it's like finding a good Laserdisc player is not super easy. And imagine if you just found this somewhere. It's like, all right, go around several different places just seeing if you can play this stupid thing. And so,
tell me what is on this. Like, I don't even know what that is. It's a giant shiny record. Okay.
Yeah. It's a mirror record.
It's a mirror record. Did we play it on a record player? I don't know. Try it.
Put it on there. On IMDb, the synopsis is funny. From the filmmakers who wanted to work on VHS and VHS2 comes their own installment of horror. In this unofficial sequel to the VHS franchise, a young couple discovers a haunted Laserdisc that holds a plethora of horrific stories from some of today's biggest names in horrors.
I mean, I think every Laserdisc is haunted, guys. I'm pretty sure every Laserdisc is haunted in one way, shape, or form.
In the fine print on the bottom, yeah.
Do you have any plans to go back and revisit any of these shorts that you've done and expand on the idea, or do you think you've...
People have asked about Laserdisc ones. Like, it is hard enough to get enough gags in the 60 seconds we have there. But so they've asked about that one, and I would love to, because I love the idea of like having something like that found footage where you can use like kind of lower end equipment and stuff like that. And I think it's a lot of fun to do that stuff. And so we've been trying to do some different like found footage stuff where we can uh, have fun at kind of a quicker pace with it. And
Right.
Should
Right.
do it, but only release it on Laserdisc, just to piss
Yeah.
everybody off. Only available on Laserdisc, guys.
Yeah, only available on laser.
yeah, you gotta flip the disc every 30 seconds.
Every 30 seconds. Side 2.
Yeah,
We need to talk about Cherry Bomb because that was an early one for you.
Yeah.
Cherry Bomb. This was kind of in the vein of like Grindhouse, right? Cherry Bomb.
This was like right after Rodriguez and Tarantino did Grindhouse. So there's a whole bunch of people trying to do that Grindhouse type thing, and I actually met a guy on Craigslist who said he was a director and had $30,000 he was looking to spend on a film, and we came up with the idea for real simple, straightforward revenge film, and we ended up getting about $60,000 to shoot it on, even though this was his first feature and my first time producing. So we were trying to figure it all out at that point, and I'm really proud with what we did for $60,000 and basically a lot of first-time filmmakers. And we ended up getting pretty solid distribution on it. It was in Best Buy and Fry's and stuff and physical media, and I was real proud of it.
Yeah, I remember it was everywhere when it first came out. It was really well done. We do have a trailer for this one, so we'll play that now and let's talk about it a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's see, Cherry Bomb. There it is. I mean, it looks really good. You know
it's solid. Yeah.
Yeah, we had an amazing director of photography, guy named Andrew Barrera, and he's actually gone on to do stuff like I think National Geographic and that type of level of people. He's always posting pictures, so I'm over here shooting stuff, or he's all around the world shooting these amazing things. So he's crazy talented dude that we got like I think really, really early in his career, and he's fantastic dude. We shot this all in like the Canon 7D right when that came out.
So he's on to bigger things now. You'll never see him again.
You'll never see him again unless you do a documentary on giraffes. Then you'll get him.
Yeah.
All right? But no, the cinematography of this has always been fantastic, and so I'm glad you brought him up because it's really great, really well shot.
Yeah, he's a remarkable dude, and he really made it look like a professional shoot. Even though I as far as me, I was producer on it, but I had no clue what I was doing as far as producing, and so I did a lot of the back end stuff, doing the some of the location stuff and catering stuff and a lot of the stuff you got to do on low budget feature. But I really had no clue what I was doing. It's a good thing we had a guy like Andrew on there who really knew how to make it look solid. yeah, it really was. I was the most useless part of this production by far, and so
that's what Lloyd calls me for this show. He calls me the most useless part of this show. So I'm making it work, though.
Do you find that that's the best way to learn? Because I know there's a lot of guys, a lot of people out there that watch
and try stuff and fail and face rejection and get burned a little bit, and to know what works and to make yourself stronger and to become a better filmmaker. I think you've got to really jump in and try something. And so instead of like sitting around waiting for perfection, you're never going to get there unless you really put yourself out there and really try.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to do something, but also don't be afraid to work the catering table because you got to learn everything. Yeah, that's kind of how it is.
Yeah. Yeah. It was funny going from Cherry Bomb, where we had a decent budget, 60,000 for a indie film is not bad, to Hackley. We literally had no money. I think we made it for $8,000. And so we were the producers, me, Tim, the director, who's also producer, and Trey, we were doing anything and everything to get it done as cheaply as possible. And we started the film with like, all right, here's everything, take asset of everything you've got that you can do for free. Here's all the locations we got. Here's all the people we know. Here's all the props we got. And seeing how we can put those together into a feature. And I wouldn't always recommend making a feature for $8,000 because it's stressful, but we were able to doing it like one weekend a month over the course of a year, so nobody had to take time off of work, and we could also schedule people in certain ways where we just need him for one weekend. So like character played Miter Saw, he's coming up from Houston. We just need him for one weekend. So we're going to shoot all his scenes on one weekend, and we're going to shoot all Michelle's scenes in one day. So we were able to parcel it out like that, and basically shoot like 12 short films and then put them together in a feature film, and spacing it out. I think we're able to make it a little bit cheaper. And so
I always thought it's such a great concept, Axe Market Hackley, that I think it'd be something that would be fantastic to be adapted into like a television show, something like that, where you're exploring more into this company. I always thought it'd be so fantastic.
Yeah. We originally wrote out being a web series, and then we kept going back and forth about the viability of a web series versus a feature film, and there's so much more to explore with that. I actually wrote a sequel called Fun with Hackley 2 Zombie Murderer, where they're dealing with a zombie. There's a new company of zombies or whatever who are stealing a lot of their clients, and they've got to deal with like this other company competition and deal with the zombie popularity wave that was coming up around the time like Walking Dead stuff was getting really popular, and so they were trying to figure out methods to keep people using their company. And so I had a lot of fun with that. I think there's a lot that could be done with that. And
it's called Netflix, guys. Let's get Netflix on the phone.
Yeah.
We're going to make this happen.
They're throwing money at all kinds of stuff.
I'm going to call them after this, and I'm going to keep calling until they put me on with whoever owns Netflix. Be like, all right, guys.
Guys, money here.
Yeah. So, there's a couple other things that you've worked on. There was 17 Minutes in Texas. You wrote that one.
Mm-hmm.
That one, I think we could show the full thing. That one's not too long. Do you want to show the whole?
Sure, swear. Yeah, I'm game. I think it was 8 or 9 minutes. Another kind of mockumentary thing, and
yeah. Or is this a trailer that you sent me?
I think that's the full thing I sent you. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I watched it earlier. Yeah. It's funny.
Oh. I just got a text. Yeah, and this one had pretty decent festival run too. I think half a dozen festivals or so. Another thing we shot for like $50, and so.
So we got our facts. Then I've got a Molotov cocktail. It's just tequila flames. This is my anti-bite necklace.
Anti-bite necklace.
Anti-bite necklace.
He did not want to do that gag. He was like, "This looks really dumb." It's like, "That's the point."
Yeah, just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
No matter what you do, keep that camera
And
rolling.
the axe he bought, which we kept the little plastic thing on.
I was like, the plastic's still on it?
Okay?
Hey, you got to keep your axe clean in the middle of this, you know?
Yeah. That's one of the things I found out about production is you keep stuff clean so you can return it afterwards if at all possible.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
Oh, zombie apocalypse is already over. He missed it.
Yep.
He
was so ready, too. Man, he was ready.
Yeah.
And so then you basically, this short basically just goes through people that are talking about how they kind of miss the apocalypse.
Yeah.
This is what would happen to me. I'd be so ready, then I'd go outside and be like, damn it, it took too long getting ready.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, this kind of bore out of like watching like Night of the Living Dead, all these zombies coming up out of the graveyard, and what would happen if you did that in the middle of Texas with a generation who's grown up on Resident Evil and all these video games and stuff like that. They wouldn't have any problem with that. It would be done in like 10 minutes here.
Yeah.
And then it spreads around. There was a zombie apocalypse. Everyone's really excited to go kill some zombies, and they missed out on it.
Now, is this Justin?
Yeah, he's a longtime Frightmare attendee, and he's actually knows Trey, the director, my friend since college. Crazy talented stand-up comedian. He's got his own stand-up comedy tour, and I think he does a festival in September every year. It's what is it called? Altercation.
I really want a Twinkie now.
Yeah, I don't know. My
wife I just love that this guy is like, he stole all of his ideas from Zombieland. And
I do like Twinkies. And
I also like Twinkies. I mean, I think Twinkies are part of any sort of post-apocalyptic, design platform. You gotta have Twinkies.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would sustain us throughout. Yeah.
I mean, I'm a big guy, and I love me some Twinkies. I like anything with sugar in it, so...
Well, where can people watch this? Because we won't watch the whole thing, but...
Yeah, it's up on YouTube. I post the link on...
Yeah, let's drop the link in. I mean, this is something fun to watch.
Yeah,
I don't know if people will be able to focus on it, because this is actually a lot of fun.
Yeah, it really is. You've seen this one.
Yeah, I've seen this. I laughed my ass off during. But Texas would be the place. If we ever was a zombie apocalypse, we'd be the one state that'd be like, well, we're done.
We're done. We've cleaned up Texas.
Do you guys need help? Because we'll come down.
We got this handled. Yeah.
We'll just block off the border and be like, we're good.
Yeah.
Dead Rising.
You guys aren't having problems with zombies in Texas? No, we had a little bit of a problem. We took care of that shit about 35 minutes.
Yeah.
It's done.
Yeah. We took a lunch break for a little while, but we're good now.
There you are.
But our cities are overran. Well, it sucks to be you. We're done. We're back at work.
Yeah, this played at another film festival, and they're like, so we know Texas would have it covered. Who would not have it covered? It's like, I don't know, maybe Boston, and apparently the other another person there was from Boston showing the films. Like, we would handle ourselves just fine. So.
I'm thinking New York.
I don't know.
It's got to be New York.
Yeah.
They would be completely overrun.
I'd say New York because handguns are illegal there, so they'd be screwed.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
Yeah, and the population density in there, yeah.
I'd say, because before you even said Boston, I was going to say Massachusetts, and I'm like,
Massachusetts?
Sorry, guys. Yeah. Massachusetts is screwed, guys. Sorry, Boston.
Okay, so I want to encourage everybody to go check out 17 Minutes in Texas. The other one is, tell us about 615, because this is a more recent, right?
Yeah, this is actually just straight up drama, but we were every year we've been doing the 48-hour film contest where you get like a genre, a line, a character, and you have 48 hours to make a 4 to 7 minute movie.
That's awesome.
And so we got drama, and a lot of times with these people kind of temper drama or go like drama comedy because they don't want to go all in on it, but we said no, we're going straight drama. And my buddy Trey had this idea from his wife had a like little medical scare, and he was real scared about losing her, so he came up with this idea about this guy who lost his wife or whatever, and he's going to say goodbye to her and dispose of her ashes. And so I went and rewrote it whenever we were starting out, because it was just lacking some conflict. And so me and him spent the night hacking away at it. We rewrote it, and we ended up winning the Austin 48-hour film contest with it, and it got to play in the Netherlands.
Cool.
March 2020, and we were up for a couple big awards too, which is the first time any team from Austin's ever been up for any of the major awards at the big overall festival. And so we were real proud of it. And the dude who's the lead, this guy named Kenneth Wayne Bradley, he's actually been like Fear the Walking Dead, and he's really talented dude. His IMDb list is amazing, and so he came in here and knocked it out of the park. He's a really remarkable dude.
What was there anything that was really challenging about shifting gears like this and going to something that a little more serious and dramatic for you? Or
yeah, I mean, it's sometimes I wonder about the line between serious and boring, and trying to find like an emotional connection and not having to rely on like a throwaway gag or a joke or whatever, keep people interested. Instead, like trying to find a way to get somebody engaged in a character and really take stock in what that character's going through versus like having to keep them latched on for jokes or something like that. And so it's sometimes hard to like go all in and buy all in on the, all right, we're just going in on, we're selling who this character is and selling up why you should care about him, and hoping that people get engaged with this character and get engaged with the conflict that he's going through. And that was one thing I think both me and Trey learned on this is really handling like internal character conflict versus like external conflict, because part of what he's going through is the conflict of letting go. And we're really proud of the way it turned out.
I'm sure that's got to be hard coming from your comedy standpoint, because I'm sure there's a lot of parts in here where you're like, oh, I could turn this into something so funny so quick.
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot. It's a lot more fun sometimes to do comedy and make people laugh and get a rise out of people that way. And so it's hard shutting that down. Like, all right, no, I just want to engage people on a different level. And so it's actually coming out of this. Coming out of this, I wrote another kind of drama feature film that I'm hoping we get to film this next year. That's all set in one location. I hope we can film like a feature in like 8 or 9 days. That I'm really hoping this working on this translates into some success in making a drama feature.
Yeah, yeah.
What's one drama movie that you'd like to turn into a comedy? Do it.
One drama movie I'd like to turn into a comedy.
Don't say Schindler's List either. Don't do it. Don't go there.
Yeah, that's the one that's off limits though, isn't it? And so yeah, it's gosh.
Charles always
Spot
brings
here,
up
Charles.
Schindler's List
Yeah.
at the wrong time.
Because I want to turn it into a musical on ice, and you won't let me.
A musical on ice. Oh my god.
All right, well I'm gonna have to think on this one. But, yeah.
Wasn't that World War History of the World Part 2 at the end? They tease that they're going to have Jews on ice or
Jews
something.
in space, or
Jews
yeah,
in space.
Jews in space. Yeah, the Mel Brooks thing. Yeah.
Just saying. Just imagine Schindler's List on ice in a musical. Yeah, so you can't.
Amazing, yeah.
It's so amazing. You can't even think about it.
Yeah.
Again,
Can't wrap your hand around
Charles, Netflix, they're prime for this sort of thing.
Just put me in a room with Netflix, and I'll throw all kinds of ideas. And I'm like, all right, just imagine this, guys. This is World War
I'm
II.
going to go rapid fire here. We got about 30 good ideas here.
Yep.
We'll lay them all out.
Lay them all
It's
out.
like that Saturday Night
Yeah.
Live skit that a couple of years ago where they were talking about Netflix and how much they're going to produce, and people just walk in and throw the stupidest ideas at them, and the guy just starts throwing cash at them. And
Yeah.
go, make it.
Greenlit. Yeah.
I got a potato in a microwave. All right, guys, got 12 episodes for you. Cool.
All right.
Let's keep going. Who's next?
Where can people watch 615 uninterrupted?
This one might be on YouTube.
Yeah, without us talking about Schindler's List on ice. You know, we need to
Yeah.
focus on
We
it.
got to start working on developing that one.
I mean, I don't know how to skate, but I mean, I think I could play Liam Neeson's character pretty well.
Oh, you could play all the characters. So
It'll just be a
different
one-man
hats
show
and
of
stuff,
Schindler's
yeah.
List on ice.
Oh,
That's a riot waiting to happen.
yeah, definitely.
What did you do, Charles? I just made Schindler's List on ice. People were pissed.
But the next big thing is the sequel to Conjoined, right?
Yeah, let's talk a little more about that.
That's already greenlit, ready to
go.
move forward. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, and it's I don't know how much Joe wants me to give it away on it, but it's kind of a
Gotcha.
meta take on it. So I mean, anybody seen Conjoined knows that a lot of people die, and we found a fun way to bring a lot of them back. And watching the first Conjoined, it's remarkable film. What I think Joe did for like $1,500 in one room, and it was a shorter script. So Joe has this amazing way of using silence for comedic effect, and so I think the way Joe handles comedy is brilliant. And so have you seen his short film Joe Returns a Video yet?
I have.
Yeah,
I
I've seen that
actually
too.
have.
Good. I-
Didn't we? I want to say I forget what we did play and what we didn't play at the event, but I know
if we
I've
played
seen
that
this one.
or not.
You're not sure? Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I was wondering if we had played it because I remember seeing it and I can't remember if it was there or not.
Yeah, I've seen it. Who knows? He might have posted it or something one day.
We watch too much shit, guys. That's the takeaway
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think everything Joe touches turns to gold. I mean, it's character of Mama and Haunted Trailer and what he does, like Lars the Emo Kid. I think he's just such a tremendously talented filmmaker, and so getting to work with him is so much fun. And he actually played a small role in Hackley too at the very end, and we'd been talking to him about roles, and so brought him in for this kind of schmucky venture capitalist person. He got to actually play opposite Mary Jo Peele from Mystery Science Theater 3000,
Nice.
and so that was a fun day. And
Lars the Emo Kid is fun too. That's
Mhm.
a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's probably a good time to announce that Joe is actually going to be on the show next week.
Oh,
when,
nice.
When I talked to you and you started talking about Conjoined, I thought, well, maybe we should bring Joe on afterwards. And so he's all booked and he's ready to go for next Saturday. So we'll talk to him more about Conjoined 2.
Yeah, because I'm just writing, so he's producing and directing and co-writing too and everything, so I don't want to give away too much. But God, he's just one of the most fantastic people. I think so highly of Joe.
Yeah. I think one of the first thing that I knew Joe for was Dead of Night, spelled Knigt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I thought it was such a cool take on the slasher.
it's so great.
It's a medieval night. It's just like,
Yeah.
come on. I remember this too, Dead of Night. It's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun.
Yeah, the dude gets his arm cut off. It's like, what the hell? It's so
What is this malarkey? What's going on here?
Well, for those that are watching that don't know, Dead of Night it's basically about a knight from the medieval times is transported.
He's on a rampage
to current times, and he's basically the slasher in the film. And it's a cool flick. It's really original. I've never seen that approach to a slasher film before.
Yeah, and that introduced Sarah Gaston's, what's her detective character that carries over into Conjoined? That's going to play a big role in Conjoined too. And so he's got kind of a View Askewniverse thing where characters and films are all connecting together. And so, yeah.
That's his Castle Rock, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. I think that's what the company from Axbury and Hackley's missing is Killer Knights. That's the next one that's going to take over.
I really wanted to have, so I worked on Hackley after I'd seen like a whole bunch of like Sweatshop and a whole bunch of Texas horror films, and like Jeremy played a small role in Hackley. I really wanted him to do the Beast, but I didn't have the gall to ask him about the rights or whatever. I really wanted the Beast to just come by there with the hammer or whatever, and so but I didn't work up the nerve to ask him or Stacy if that would be cool. But,
that would be cool. Just having Dragon just behind him, being like, oh. In the background.
Yeah, I thought it would have been fun to like layer that or have like Jacob in there. I don't remember off the top of my head some of the other Houston serial killer people in there, but I thought it would have been fun to layer them in there.
To have him sitting in a break room drinking coffee.
Yeah,
Right.
What I need you to do, what we need to work on together is I need you to write a sequel to Nail Gun Massacre, or either that or a I don't know, even an original remake of Nail Gun Massacre.
Can it be in space though?
We can do
Everything
space.
should be in space.
Nail Gun Massacre.
That's going to increase the budget a lot, though.
Yeah,
or not. We can do a lot of fun.
When a franchise takes off, though, is when it goes to space, and that really takes it another level. So
all we need is some Christmas lights, and we need to paint the room black, and we're in space. All right, easy. I'll just like this. Oh no,
that was convincing, Charles.
He has a nail gun. Why does it operate in space?
Yeah.
So anything beyond Conjoined that you're working on that you can talk about at this point, or?
Yeah, I'm working on a couple things with Jeremy, the wrestler horror movie, which that one's gone through that one's almost done with the first draft, and that one's going to be so much fun. If we're able to get that going, it's got a lot of big, colorful characters and just some really fun gory kills and stuff, and I'm really excited about that one. Then I'm about 10 pages into writing, helping Jeremy out with Cannibal Call Girls right now.
Yeah, he's talked about that. I'm super excited about Cannibal Call Girls.
Yeah,
it's going to be fun to throw back to those kind of 80s Nightmare Sisters type thing. I went and did watching a bunch of those for research for him, and
the Jim Warnowski stuff.
Yeah, so much fun. And so got those three, and the drama script I'm hoping we can do next year with my buddy Trey. That's right now it's entitled You Can't Go, and it's I guess the basic idea is it's again, there's been like a zombie apocalypse. It's the tail end of it, though. Humans are winning, and they're coming through, and they're killing off the last of the zombies. And there's a guy, he's got his wife, she's a zombie in a garage, and she was like a neurologist, something like that. She was very close to a cure, but they've decided they're just going and killing off zombies and being done with it. So we just got like a little bit of time to try and piece together her notes or whatever, try and see if he can figure out a cure for her before they come through and wipe them out. And so he's working on this ticking. Oh, froze again.
We know when you're really frozen because we don't see Arnold again. He kind of disappears.
When you freeze, I freeze too, but Lloyd doesn't know how to freeze, so he keeps talking even though I'm trying to make it look like we're all frozen.
All right, so go ahead.
So those are the four kind of feature things I've got going right now, and I've always got like half a dozen shorts I've got rattling around in my mind or whatever that we may film at the drop of a hat. So got a few different fires in the iron right now, or irons in the fire right now.
Fires in the iron.
We need some of those. We need some of those Cannibal Call Girl shirts though. You guys need to put those out for sale because I want to rock one
Jeremy
of those.
Sells it. Yeah.
Oh, does he? Is he selling those? Okay.
Yep. He's got.
Yeah. I bought this from him.
Yeah, and people need to go watch the trailer. We deemed it a little too
Oh, it was an amazing
too
trailer.
risque.
It changed my life. It
is.
actually did.
Let's just talk about
Who
boobies
is his
for a
feature?
minute.
Jeremy's great. Oh gosh.
Yeah,
So-
we were just saying there's a lot of boobies in that movie.
Do you
There's one or
in
two.
the trailer.
One or two.
do you think you could make me a horror themed booby sequel to Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Can we do it?
Oh, easy. Yeah. I think it pretty much writes itself. Yeah.
I'm like, that's one thing Jingle All the Way was missing was more blood and full frontal nudity. That's kind of what we
Severe
needed.
lack of boobs in that movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Even Arnold topless, where I would have a little bit of cleavage there, but
I
he
mean,
didn't give that to his fans at all. So
seriously, we were waiting and we're like, all right, this is going to tie in somehow to Predator. It never did, you know?
Yeah.
It's like,
No.
come on.
yeah,
Where
really
can
missed
people?
opportunity.
Is there a website where you kind of keep people up to date, or is Facebook?
Oh yeah, just Facebook. I don't have anything particular for myself, and so yeah, probably need to get on that at some point. But
He
I
lives in an enigma. He's an enigma.
Yeah, I
wrapped
just keep
inside
popping on to different people's projects. So I like working with a lot of different people. So the things I actually like produce aren't a ton or whatever, but I love going and working with like Chuck Norfolk. I've helped
definitely.
him out doing some rewrites on Haunted Trailer, and Stephen Wolf, I helped him out with some script consulting on Doll Factory. And so I like working with a whole bunch of other different filmmakers and producers. So I end up like not producing a lot of my own stuff, just going and helping out however I can with other productions.
Yeah, I don't even think you're credited on IMDb for Doll Factory, are you?
No, I just got a special thanks. I didn't do any, right? It's just like he sent me a few versions of the scripts. Like, all right, you gotta. He had all the elements there. I just think he had some things in the wrong order. So you should put this here and go and refactor this. And so working on some of the pacing and timing stuff. And
Yeah. We're looking at comments. We're seeing if anybody has any questions for you.
I don't know, but Travis Brown said he wants to know if you're aware that you're a younger version of Stone Cold Steve Austin. So there's that.
Travis is the guy who
I did not know
commented.
that.
He's the guy that commented and said, "I don't know who this is."
I know.
I love Travis. Travis is one of my favorite people.
okay,
He really is. Travis is so great.
We love his honesty, though. He's just like,
I do.
Nope, don't know him.
Yeah.
Garrett. So for people that to know, Garrett, I always look forward to his comments on anything that I post, especially on Frightmare. You've got some of the greatest comments. I can't think of any right now, but I look forward to seeing you commenting on our posts because it's, you know how Facebook is. You always get, a bunch of people that are like, "Oh, this is a stupid guest," and then Garrett will come in and he'll post something and he makes all that better. It's just makes me laugh, man.
Glad to be here for you.
Apparently, Charles Anderson also wants to know what Twinkies are. Charles Anderson's based in the UK. He's one of our UK people. So I
They
don't
don't
know
have
if they
Twinkies in
there.
the UK.
I've been to the UK a couple of times, but I've never looked for Twinkies there. So I don't know what to tell you.
Twinkies
Maybe.
are a delicious, nutritious American treat, Charles.
But
treat.
they do have cornettos, and we can't get cornettos here. So
We can't.
there's that. This is cool, though. I mean, I'm glad we got to talk to you today because we've worked on a lot of fun stuff. And, we got to talk about Schindler's List on Ice, and that's going to be a big thing coming up.
It is.
We do.
Yeah, you met.
We do have a question from Kolchak.
Okay.
Let's see. He says he's from England too. So he says, "Hello. A question. What's your most liked British horror, and what's your view on British comedy?"
Oh man, does Dog Soldiers count? I don't know if that counts. It's Scotland.
I think
right?
is that Scottish
Is
or
it-
I don't know.
I was thinking Scottish. Well, we can roll with it. Let's do it.
Maybe that's
I
why I
love
couldn't
Dog
understand what
Soldiers.
anybody was saying in that movie.
That's why you got to put the captions on, dude. Come on. That's why we have to watch it.
I love that movie.
I thought Dog Soldiers was so cool. I
Dog
thought
Soldiers is great.
was so much. Yeah, it was fantastic.
Love that director, though. Great director.
Yeah,
He
Neil
is-
Marshall.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great, and Dog Soldiers is great. We don't get enough good werewolf flicks, so you're going with
Yeah.
Dog Soldiers for that question.
Yeah, as
Dog
far as
Soldiers
British
counts.
comedy, it's brilliant, especially growing up with Monty Python and can't get enough of the British comedy. They're so brilliant over there. So.
Oh yeah. He says that Dog Soldiers counts.
Yeah,
So
Okay, all right.
Felix USA, I think that's USAF,
Yes.
He's asking if we're going to see a Hackley 2.
I hope so. I love the script for Hackley too. I love so much more than the first script Hackley. His first script Hackley, it was fun, or where it was a little disjointed because you kind of see how he wrote it to be episodic, and so a lot of like kind of little gags. But I think the whole story for Axe Murdering Hackley 2 is so much fun, and so I really hope we could find a way to do that. And,
Me too.
yeah, thank you, Charles.
I do too.
Oh, I do. I really think, like I said before, I think there's so much that can be done with that story. There's like countless opportunities where it can be done with the basis of that story. It's so great.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah. So I'm just kind of looking through and seeing if we have any more questions for you. If anybody does have any questions, or if you're just now joining us, we're talking to Garrett Hargrove. He's a writer primarily, and he's also a producer and a director. And a professional wise ass.
We've had so much fun talking to him that we've been paying attention to the comments. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, we haven't. So we're kind of going through if anybody's got anything else. I do see questions, but they're older, so I don't know what context they were.
Somebody asked if you got a closet full of hookers we need to know about. I'm sure he does.
Well, you got to rotate them in and out or whatever. So
they get kind of smelly, right?
Closet. Yeah. You can't just keep them all in the closet the whole time. So you got to. Yeah,
it's easier to rotate them than trying to hose them down every now and then, because then you got to dry them off, and it's just like give me another
the
one.
Maintenance on them is
maintenance
really
on hookers is hard. I'm tired of hooker maintenance. You know,
hooker maintenance
is hard.
That's a movie.
Hooker maintenance.
Yeah,
on ice.
You can have that idea. Rent them, really. So
better rent them. Let people worry about the upkeep and maintenance. Like a Ferrari, you don't want to buy a Ferrari. You just want to rent it. You know, somebody else worry about upkeeping that thing.
You want to show it off every once in a while.
Yeah.
Travis says his mom is a Wizant teacher. Wizant. I don't know what that means.
That stands for why you zany ass nasty tacos.
It's a tutoring company?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we need that.
Yeah, Travis' mom is a teacher though. And more hats off to Travis's mom because she's a good teacher.
She is amazing teacher.
Travis also know is which horror movie do you personally like the most? What's your favorite?
Oh gosh. The one that I keep coming back to is the original Halloween. I think that one's such a perfect film, but every week finding something new that you like to latch onto. We just recently watched Color Out of Space with Nick Cage. I thought that was so much
Color
fun.
Out of Space is so crazy.
Yeah, and it depends on the mood you're in too. Sometimes you want a serious horror movie, sometimes something goofy and schlocky, and so it's
I get you. People ask me that question. I'm like, I cannot answer you with a positive answer. I'm like, there's no way.
Yeah, any like, what's your favorite this or that? I don't do well with, because it's like, all right, what's your favorite food? It's like, well, it depends on what the mood for right now. So
what day is it?
I know.
Is it Tuesday?
My favorite food right now probably won't be the same in 2 hours. So it's just whatever I'm in the mood for. Yeah.
Do you know what originally informed your comedic approach? Because I find your comedy unique in a lot of ways, and it always makes me wonder. I mean, did you grow up in a family of, was your dad?
Oh, my dad's hilarious. My dad's so much funnier than me. It's so he's really clever, and so my parents had me pretty young, so my dad was like a young dad, so he was a young cool dad whenever I was growing up, and he was always so funny, and he took us to a bunch of comedy movies, and then I really latched on to like Mystery Science Theater 3000 type humor. I thought they were kind of like observational comedy was really fun, so I was obsessed with those growing up, and so
Did you answer your favorite comedy?
Did I? My favorite? That's another one. I find myself latching on to Animal House partly because the National
John
Lampoon
Landis
thing
is just.
He's so brilliant. He's able to do that and then turn around and do American Werewolf. Just supremely talented.
Trading Places is always my favorite. Trading Places is so ridiculously perfectly funny. It's so great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? I mean, Landis is so huge though, but he had that Twilight Zone thing, and it just kind of
just killed him.
Yeah. It just killed him. Yeah.
Well, we got Coming to America and Trading Places out of it, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aren't we getting Coming to America too on Netflix?
We're not going to talk about that. He doesn't have anything to do with that.
Yeah.
We're keeping that down low.
Okay.
Right.
But screw that.
Screw that.
We're not talking about that.
Yeah. Plus, I'm not in it. I should have been in Coming to America too. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
saying.
that's another one. You could play all the characters too, like Eddie Murphy, just rotate you in different makeup.
Apparently, being in blackface is frowned upon.
I've heard that.
I figured this out the hard way, trying to do funny comedies on ice. People all good. It's all fun.
The new Halloween with Michael 30 years later. I'm sorry.
Is he talking about the Rob Zombie one?
No, he's talking about the new one.
The one that Danny McBride helped out with. I thought that one was a lot of fun. How, again, kind of stripped away a lot of fluff, or where it's like, we're just making a straightforward. It really felt more like action than horror. The way she trapped Michael Myers at the end, I thought it was a lot of fun. I'm really excited to see where they go with those. And so I thought,
she went full Sarah Connor on us. So she did.
She did, and so yeah.
What did you think of the part with the doctor with the spike?
The doctor with
wasn't he a doctor? The guy that he was kind of the twist in the movie.
Oh, the doctor who was supposed to be learning about Michael Myers, and he went crazy and killed the guy.
Podcasters at the beginning, or
no, the one guy who's supposed to be finding Michael Myers, and then ends up stabbing somebody trying to.
I kind of thought that part was weird.
That was the
only part that was like, okay.
He wants the thrill of the hunt, of the killing people.
Yeah, I guess I don't remember that. I need to go back and watch it again. Apparently, so yeah.
Yeah, what's wrong with you? You're a filmmaker.
God, just hang up on him, Lloyd.
All of that.
He should know everything about every movie that's ever existed.
Yeah.
Not every movie can be Jingle All the Way. That's what I say, though.
And that's a damn shame.
That is a damn shame.
But,
well, I want to thank you for coming on today, Garrett. It's always a pleasure. I personally, I've never really been able to sit down and talk a lot to you because everybody that I see is usually at the convention, and then it's like, oh, there's Garrett. Hey, I got to go put this fire out, And
see you in passing. Yeah.
So it's always a pleasure to be able to chat with people like you, great attendees, and I want to say thank you personally for being an attendee for so many years, and for supporting Frightmare, and just kind of being there in general as an attendee.
Oh, and it means so much to me. Frightmare's, like Jeremy mentioned last weekend, fucked up family reunion. It's my Christmas or whatever, going there and seeing all these cool people and meeting all these cool horror celebrities, and it's just an amazing community that you put together, and it's really remarkable what you guys do year in, year out, and it means so much to me. And I first started going to Frightmare, I went 1 year by myself, and then I started pulling other people in. So I started pulling all my college buddies in, and we get a hotel there.
Nice.
That's awesome. He froze up a little bit on us, but when he comes back, there he is. I don't know what's freezing, if it's
frozen again.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably mine. My kids are probably streaming stuff upstairs. So.
Playing video games. Damn kids and their video games.
The three of us are so awesome that the internet cannot handle the fact that we're all together on one stream. So it's breaking.
It's got to buffer it, yeah.
Was there anything you want to tell folks about before we let you go? We've been on an hour now, so we don't want to hold you up too much.
Don't know of anything else. I think another cool thing about Frightmare, I actually did a script rewrite on a movie called Manje, which they filmed out in LA. And it got released 2005 or something like that. And I didn't know the original writer, but then I ended up running into him at Frightmare a few years ago, and we become really good friends. So I think that's
cool.
Really cool random connection. Do option to script. He's out in Arkansas, and he optioned to script out in LA, and they got it made, and they had me do a rewrite, and we end up becoming friends at Frightmare. And that's just kind of cool place that Frightmare is. And so it's another really fun little horror movie that's out there that kind of worked on. And so
that's what always makes me feel the proudest, is when people tell us that, I met this guy at the convention and now we're working together.
We made something together. And it's so cool.
Yeah, or friends. I mean, we've even had people that have met each other and gotten married. And
that's Lloyd. Really? Lloyd's the Dreamweaver here. Lloyd makes all the dreams happen. He's Willy Wonka of the horror world. So
Willy Wonka of the horror world.
Get you a big ass top hat, Lloyd.
Charles always makes fun of me, and he positions me as the Stephen King character in Creepshow, real hayseed redneck, and I'm always, hey, come on out to Frightmare. We got them horror picture flickers and
Frightmare weekend. I'm Lloyd Cryer. We got flicker picture people. We got hay rides out in the back end. We got Apple Bob about 3:30. Come on down.
That's pretty much me.
1995.
The redneck
you get
horror
in.
guy.
That's awesome.
Well, Garrett, it's been an absolute pleasure. We're going to stay tuned. We're going to keep watching everything that you do.
Yeah, definitely.
And make sure, if you have anything you want to let us know, we are always welcome to, or you're always welcome to be on the show and come and tell our folks about it and spread the word, man.
All right. Well,
Definitely.
thanks so much. I appreciate you guys. You guys are amazing.
Well, thank you, Garrett. You're amazing. And I guess that's about it. If you don't have anything else to plug, we're just gonna tell people to go find you on Facebook, friend you, follow you. You'll
Hunt
have
them down.
You'll have about 1,000 people friend you in just a second, hopefully.
All right.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right, sir. Well,
all right. Take it
you
easy.
take
y'all.
care, Garrett. Thank you, sir. Bye-bye.
Man.
All right, so let me adjust here.
Oh, man, we got double time.
Look
All
at
right,
that.
guys.
Boom.
Love talking to him, though. I mean, if you guys got to go check out some of this stuff, like you said, Tubi, you can watch Ash Killing. It's just, it kind of touches on Amazon, but I do love Tubi, Tubi's been kind of kicking ass the last about 6 or 7 months. I mean, they offer a lot of stuff. If you guys aren't familiar with Tubi, you don't have to really register for it. They do show ads, but everything is generally free. It's free with ads, a lot of stuff. So it gives you a place where you can, a lot of times, pick up a lot of things that aren't streaming other places and be able to enjoy them.
Yeah.
So hats off to Tubi.
Yeah, go check out Tubi if you haven't. We talk about Tubi a lot because
Yeah.
they have tons of stuff on there.
Stuff that's hard to find.
New stuff.
Yeah.
80s,
60s,
70s,
80s.
yeah, all of it. So
2040s.
it's all free. You
Stuff that's
have
not
to-
even out yet.
you do have to watch some ads.
I mean-
on Tubi, but it's really worth it in my opinion.
I think it's worth it for giving them support. The fact that they're offering this to people,
Mhm.
some of the stuff you can't find, it's really hard to find. So cool for them.
Yeah, and it's really cool because, like I was telling Garrett a minute ago at the beginning of the interview, I've heard that they really treat indie people very well, and that sometimes they make more money streaming their stuff there. So, and you don't have to pay for it. All you got to do is just watch it, and the independent guys get paid for it. So.
Yep.
That's a great way to support independent filmmakers. Go watch Axe
their stuff.
Murdering with Hackley.
Well, it's hilarious, guys. It's a lot of fun, and if you guys haven't seen it, after you see it, you'll agree with me that it's something that the ideal of that could expand. I think into like a series. I think an episodic series. There's so many departments in this company that we could have a lot of fun with. That people could have a lot of fun
Yeah.
with. So
Yeah. And I'm looking forward to Conjoined 2. And I can't remember if Conjoined is still streaming on.
I can't remember either.
I'm going to look real quick and see. But go look it up.
It's on Prime Video.
Okay, yeah.
It's,
$1.99.
$1.99. You can rent or buy it.
Yeah.
Rent it for $2.99. I would recommend giving a watch. It's a lot of fun. It's gonna be good talking to Joe. So he's got a long list of.
He has a huge
Yeah.
list of flicks. Joe Grassafi is who we're talking about, is a director.
Yeah,
of
Joe Grassafi.
Conjoined. And
He's an actor as well, though, too. And
yeah, his acting credits. How many? 123 acting credits. Holy moly, Joe!
God, Joe.
One thing that
I
really
think he was in Zombieland, wasn't he? If you look,
was he.
check it. I think he was, if I'm not mistaken.
When did that come out? Oh, he's there. He is. Friday Night Lights. He did a little small part there.
Maybe it wasn't Zombie. What am I thinking of?
I don't know. I have to go back through and look, but he's got 11 directing credits. And Lars and the Emo Kid really blew up.
Lars the Emo Kid is actually really, really good. I'd recommend. That's included with Prime, so that's streaming on Prime Video for free if you want to watch Lars and the Emo Kid. It's not horror; it's a comedic dramedy, but comedic dramedy. I made my own term.
Comedic dramedy.
It's a comedic dramedy, guys. It's a new term, like penis exploitation that I've came up with. So,
but the reason that we do this show, and is to, of course, keep in touch with you guys. But we also want to tell everybody about this great independent stuff that's out there. And all the indie filmmakers that are busting their ass, especially here in Texas.
So many Texas indie filmmakers are busting their ass to make this stuff, and it's the day and age of everything streaming. It's hard to get it out there. There's so much good stuff out there for you guys to watch.
So I am giving everybody a little bit of homework, and this will help you with learning more about Garrett also. But if you'll go out and check out Conjoined, get ready, and watch that, and Lars and the Emo Kid, and I don't know where to find everything else that Joe has done, but I'd recommend watching.
Those two are good ones to watch for next week. I mean, really,
they are. Conjoined and Lars and the Emo Kid, but if you can find Dead of Night, that's something that I recommend checking out.
I as well, if you could find. I'm not sure where that is, but Dead of Night is a lot of fun.
It really is. So. Thank you to all the independent filmmakers out there that are
doing all that work and bringing us cool indie horror content. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Let's tell everybody what we got going on tonight, though, Charles.
Well, tonight we're gonna do our Prime Twitch watch party of The Fog at 7:00 Central Standard Time, hosted by one of our newly acquired Frightmare fans, Hani, who joined us last week, actually, with Richard Nettleton. She was his sort of unofficial co-host. He had so much fun because Lloyd and I are so amazing that she was like, I want to do my own movie. And we were like, we don't give a shit. Let's come do it. And then she wants to watch The Fog. So we're going to watch the original 1980 The Fog, featuring so many awesome people. The Fog's so amazing that when I watch it, my pants fall off. So it's really it's strange. I have to make sure camera's up here because Fog is amazing.
Yeah.
But looking forward to that. That's just free. That's just us hanging out watching The Fog. That happens every Saturday usually, but you just have to have a Twitch account and a Prime account, Amazon Prime, and just watch it. And we say random shit that comes to our head. We don't script like we were saying earlier. We just get on and we just start
go. Whatever happens.
Start doing whatever happens here. We don't care.
I saw that Garrett was trying to post the link in the comments on YouTube for where to get those Cannibal Call Girls from Hell t-shirts. I just posted. Cool. There's a Facebook link that'll take you there.
Nice. I was wondering because I want one of those actually.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wear one.
So there you go. That was the show for the day. We got the show tonight, and then Wednesday we've got 2001.
2001's a good year. 2001's a good year. I'm solid. I'm liking 2001. All right.
I'm looking forward to talking about 2001.
It's 2001 Space Odyssey. You know, that's what the whole show's going to be about. We're gonna get so many copyright infringements from everybody related to Kubrick.
Yeah,
we're ready for it.
But for those that don't know, actually, we're actually going to talk about all the horror movies that we like from the year 2001. We covered 2000. That's on YouTube and Twitch if you want to go back and watch that.
Recommend it. If you're watching this right now on YouTube, I see we got some watchers. Do us a favor and throw a thumbs up or a like. Like it, because we like seeing these likes go up. There's like no likes right now, guys. I know you guys are watching this.
Yeah, hit the thumbs up.
And also subscribe to us if you haven't yet, because we do a bunch of random shit. But
please do.
Year in Horror we do every Wednesday, and we're at year 2001. We've already done the 80s, we went out of order. We went 80s, 70s, 90s, which apparently is like 90 shows we've done now or something ridiculous, but something like that, 30 shows. But
guys got a lot of catching up to do.
Watch those. They're a lot of fun. Also recommend, just joining us on Wednesday. I mean, we talk about every year. 2001's a pretty solid year. We got a lot of Scream overflow still, but I'm enjoying the 2000s. If you're one of our Patreons, next Sunday, we're going to do our Patreon show.
Okay.
I'm not sure who it's going to be yet because we let the Patreons choose a director. We give them 3 options, and I don't know who's leading our poll right now. So last I looked, it was Larry Cohen was leading.
All right.
I like Larry Cohen.
I'll do Larry Cohen. I love Larry Cohen.
It's up to you guys. If you're not a Patreon, I mean, it's pretty fairly inexpensive, and we do some fun giveaways for our Patrons, and we're probably going to start doing more Patreon stuff. Well, probably we are, because I got a lot of ideas for some stuff I'd like to jibber jabber about that I'm going to make the Patreons join us with. So
we've got 3 levels on Patreon: $3, $7, and $9.
Yeah.
7 and up gets the exclusive show.
Helps us out too.
Yeah, and then $9 gets the exclusive show, and you get entered into some monthly giveaways and some other cool stuff, exclusive. So
exclusive.
We're going to be adding a lot more content to that soon.
Yeah.
So, come on out and support us. Sorry, guys.
I know. Yeah, come out and support us. I mean, it all really helps us grow this, and that's kind of what we're here for. Like Lloyd said, helping not only the horror people that we love, but also our independent filmmakers who are making this cool stuff to make sure it gets out there for everybody. So
definitely
appreciate it.
And then don't forget this next Saturday, we've got Joe Grisafi coming on, actor, director, writer, producer,
everything.
Extraordinaire Joe Grisafi.
He probably lays bricks too. He does everything. So
he lays bricks too. Yeah. All right, guys. I think that's going to be it until tonight.
I think that's it because I'm hungry. I'm going to go find some food, so I need to eat. I've had enough beer now to kill a horse. So.
Me too. So I think we're going to go ahead and sign out. Thank you all for joining us today.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, and we will see you all very soon. Peace out.
Bye, guys. Love you.